Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy, Luis Portelles, and for today's video, we have a new episode of Extraordinary Talks, this time with Binibining number 7, Meiji Cruz, representing the city of Valenzuela. This girl has been such a pleasure to talk to. She is just incredible. Like, her skills are beyond this world, and the thing that she is representing, her advocacy, is just so important. So I am more than excited to share with you this conversation that we had. And by all means, I want you to really listen to the things that she had to say, the points that she brought to the table, because I feel like they were so valid and so important. So as always, I thank you for being here, for supporting me, but also my guests. And just a little reminder that if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and leave a like so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, let me know in the comment section, what did you think about our conversation, the questions, the answers, the dynamic, anything that you want to comment on. So just go down in the comment section. I really hope that you enjoy the video, the interview, and that you're able to learn something from it. Without further ado, let me introduce you to Meiji Cruz right after the intro.
Be strong.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Extraordinary Talks. And just like I promised, I have here the beautiful, the amazing Meiji Cruz. How are you doing, my darling?
I'm great, and thank you for having me, Luis. And hello to everyone all over the world.
All over the world. Yeah, well, it's such a pleasure to have you here, Meiji. And honestly, thank you for accepting my request for the interview. I was just so extremely happy when I saw your message. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Luis. It's my pleasure.
Let me just start by asking you, how are you doing? How are things?
I'm good. I think it's just 2 weeks to go before our big night, the coronation night. So I really prioritizing my training, the things that I need to do for the pageant. So all my mind, my spirit, and my heart is really into the pageant at the big night.
I know, right? It's getting close, but I'm pretty sure
It's
that you
getting
have
close, I know.
it in the bag. You have what it takes, so no need to stress. Just
Thank
trust
you
the
so
universe
much.
and it's gonna happen. So how would you introduce yourself, Meiji, to someone who has never heard of you?
So I am Meiji Cruz. I am from Valenzuela City, Philippines. So I studied 3 degrees actually, and that is AB Mass Communication,
Mm.
BS Psychology, and AB Guidance and Counseling from an exclusive school here in the Philippines, all girls school. And because of that, it opened my eyes to my advocacy, which is gender equality and women empowerment, because we really have classes about gender development, about women's studies. So it really opened my eyes about the discrimination, about the hate crimes, about the harassment all over the world. So sadly, it's embedded to culture, and I hope that there will be a time that every gender is equal. So it's really close to my heart. For you, some of you may not know that I joined Binibining Pilipinas actually in year 2012. So I was 18 years old then, and a lot of people are saying that, oh, a big transformation. Yes, and I can agree to that. Yes, because it's been like 9 years,
I know.
of puberty, I think, of learnings, of experiences, and I'm so happy where I am right now.
That was such a complete answer, and I'm extremely happy because all of the points that you mentioned are things that we're going to be covering today during the interview. So it's
Okay.
just even more exciting. Perfect. And you know something, I think it's at this point, it's kind of a tradition for this segment on my channel. And I always ask this first question, right? How would you introduce yourself for the purpose of listening? What is the first thing that you mention? Because for me, like, there's a meaning to that. Whenever you present yourself, people always keep in mind like the very first thing that you come up with. And in this case, you said, "Hi, my name is Meiji Cruz, and I am from Valenzuela, Philippines." So what does it mean for you to be from this particular location, and especially now having the responsibility of representing them during a pageant?
It's really an honor, Luis, to represent Valenzuela City, because not all the times that we have a representative from Valenzuela City, though our city is really an advanced city We
Mhm.
are called smart city because of our advanced technology. And I also hope that we can be known to be the home of beauty queens also.
Ah,
After a long time, I think it's almost or more than a decade that we have a winner
yeah.
from Valenzuela City. So it's really an honor and a pleasure to be the next beauty queen.
Well, I have a feeling that Valenzuela City might be getting lucky this year. So just like you were mentioning during the first question, this is not your first time in Binibining Pilipinas, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the first time was in 2012, now 2021.
Yes.
Those
You
are a
just
few
switched
years
the
apart.
number,
2000,
right?
2012?
12.
Okay.
12 and now it's 21. You just switched the two digits at the last.
Right.
Yeah. That,
I'm horrible at math. I was like, what? Did I make a mistake? Okay, so let me ask you, what made you decide to come back at this point?
Actually, it's always been a dream of mine to come back in Binibining Pilipinas. You know, it is my first and only national pageant because I believe in the organization, and and I really want to be a queen. I really, it's like my goal. It's been a path.
Yeah,
In Great Gatsby, kasi, I'm sorry, kasi it's Tagalog. In
go
Great
for it. Go.
Gatsby, there's a green light.
Yeah,
Green light.
yeah,
And for me, winning a crown in Binibining Pilipinas, it's my green light. It's from here and I'm seeing that dream in mind, that I endured everything, challenges, patience. I studied so many years because I believe in the dream. So it really in my heart.
I
So
get it.
after all these years, I really want to go back. It's not negotiable for me.
Oh, I really understand that feeling. And I'm really glad that you're actually following your dream because a lot of people give up on their dreams. And I feel like what you're doing right now is not only important for yourself, but also to everyone that is looking up to you. That is a great
Yes.
example. So,
I
congrats.
hope that I can be an inspiration that always believe in your dreams and there's a beauty in it.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. So obviously, I mean, in 11 years, right, a lot of things change. What would you say is the biggest thing that you have changed over the years? What is the difference between Meiji in 2012 and 2021?
That would be perspective and the character. I have a character of patience,
Uh-huh.
of persistence, of perseverance. After all these years of challenges, setbacks, and frustrations, that made me who I am today. And I felt like I have that strength in me that right now, no matter what challenges or hardships that I experience right now during the competition, I know that I am a woman of strength.
Absolutely. I love that answer. Thank you for that. And if I had to ask you, obviously, not only you changed yourself in the past 11 years, but how would you say that the competition has evolved and it has changed as well? So the
Yeah.
organization itself.
I think the organization's still the same. They really value the candidates, quality of candidates, and the values itself of each and everyone. And when it comes to trend, I can say that there are a lot of changes. The trends evolve.
Of course.
In my days back then, wow, I feel like I'm all really, not really, the makeup, the wardrobe,
Yeah.
you know, um, we have some stylists, but not as rampant right now, not as prominent right now. The styling team, the glam team. Before we do our own hair and makeup, we
Yeah.
buy clothes, RTW, something like that. I think that's
Yeah.
the some things that really changed
Yeah, well, it's
from
very nice to see
before now.
the evolution, right? Because obviously, just like you were saying, the organization has always been supporting the candidates, but we also see like a big change, and I think that it's a positive change over the years.
Yeah,
So
it's a positive change, definitely.
definitely, and also like the presence of social media nowadays, I feel like this
Yes,
year
yes,
the
yes,
big
yes.
thing, right?
Big thing, Luis, like this, vlogs, and a lot of things.
Exactly.
And as a candidate, we should be like careful also because the things that we do or say it's easy
Ex-
to, to spread.
Yeah, no, I get it 100%. But you've been doing great so far. Social media, when it comes to the competition, everything. So no stress, girl.
Thank you so much.
I would like to talk to you a little bit, because when I prepare this type of interviews, I like to have an idea, a perception of who I'm talking to. So I do a little research. And I did find a video of yours, and it was your introduction video for Binibining Pilipinas for this
Yes.
edition. And the first thing that you mentioned was, I will have my crowning moment. That didn't seem to me like I will try to get the crown, or I will give my best to get the crown. You were just manifesting it. This is my crowning year. What is the mindset that you adapt to say such a strong statement, and how do you plan to make it come true?
Yes, as I said, it's always been a dream of mine.
Yeah.
Even I was still studying, even I'm working. Sometimes I'm just writing something, and then suddenly I imagine that I have a crowning moment. I feel it
Mhm.
from deep inside me. And I really, really hope and pray that will come. Aside from manifesting, I'm doing all the hard works,
Yeah.
all the trainings that I have to, because my mindset, Luis, I just don't, I mean, I'm not here to win the crown for Binibining Pilipinas.
Yeah.
I'm here to win for international stage. And
Mm,
that's my mindset. That's where I'm going.
I like that.
So for this 2 weeks more, you know.
2 more weeks. And I love the fact that you're thinking in the long run, not just the fact that, oh,
Yes.
I'm gonna get this crown in 2 weeks or whatever, but what's gonna happen afterwards and what can I do with that title? So
Yes.
I like that mindset. You are an example of resilience, of not giving up on your dreams, based not only on the competition, what we have been discussing so far, 2012, 2021 coming back, but also because of your personal story. Like I told you, I did some digging, and I see
Some
that you were
deep.
able. Okay, so you
Sure.
were able to put yourself through college, obtain 3 degrees, mass communication, psychology, guidance, and counseling, working at night,
Yeah.
helping your family. So, what is your message right now for the people watching you that might be going through a similar situation, or that might be going through a rough spot in life and they seem a little desperate? You did it, so how can they do the same thing as well?
First of all, I recognize the hardships. I, all the hardships, small or big,
Mhm.
it's it's valid
Yeah,
because it's hardship. We have a different degree and different level of challenges. And all I can say, based on my personal experience,
yeah.
I see the bigger picture.
Mhm.
I have that kind of mindset that maybe I am here right now. I'm experiencing this challenge. I'm working at night, working every weekend, and I'm helping my family. I'm studying 3 degrees, but I always look at the bigger picture. At the bigger picture. After of this everything, I can be a woman of inspiration because of my experiences. I can be better when it comes to professional aspect of my career. And the bigger picture always included being a beauty queen.
Yeah,
So I know being a beauty queen is both an honor and a responsibility. So I really have to be the best version of myself. So that kept me going before the bigger picture. Always look at the bigger picture. Why are you doing that? And always go back to your why. And with faith,
yeah.
with hardships and the hard work, you can go through everything in life.
Exactly. And that is such a good point. You always have to remind yourself why you're doing certain things in life and why
Yes.
are you on this path right now? Where do you want to go in the future? Especially now,
Yes.
during COVID and
Yes.
people going through so many hardships and so many obstacles and things that they never imagined that could happen. but they keep pushing. And I think it's important to sometimes remind ourselves that it's
Yes.
okay. Let's just focus on the goal and keep going, keep pushing. So I love that.
Yes. And if I may add, it's not really a smooth sailing journey for me. Um, there were times that I felt I want to give up, I want to stop, this is too much. But family, friends, your support system is a great help.
Yeah.
Always seek help because no one is an island. You have to have a support group, even it's a friend or it's a significant other, it's family member. You should have that support system. And that also I apply here in my binibini journey, my beauty pageant journey, because we've seen it to other beauty queens that it broke them, it it
Mhm.
it affected them. And what I realized is having a strong support system, the people that believe in you, it's a really great help.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that. You're never alone. There's always people who love you and want the best things for you. So it's not a
Yes.
weak thing to do. If you need help, to reach out for someone else and just tell them how you feel or express what are your needs, and there will
Yes.
always be someone willing
You
to
need
lend
to
a hand.
vent it out.
I love that. Oh, thank you for that, Michi. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about the competition itself. And I'm gonna be fully transparent. According to myself, so a very trustworthy source, your name should be on the dictionary next to the word consistency, girl. Because
Wow.
when I was preparing on my channel when Binibining started, like we started having like the advocacy videos and the national costume, the swimsuit presentation. I came up with topics, and you were constantly on my topics, whether it's for what you're defending, for what you were wearing, for how you were like representing. I don't know, but you were always there. How do you manage to always bring your A game all the time?
Well, I have a belief that you always perfection is not attainable,
Right.
but excellence is.
Mhm.
So that's what I always apply to whatever I do, and especially in this pageant. If we have given an assignment, okay, do advocacy video, make a national costume video. I always want to be my excellent best.
Exactly.
That's my mindset. So whatever thing or whatever happened, I know in myself I did my best. And
Yeah.
that's my very best of myself. So I'm happy that people are seeing that, people are complimenting that, and I'm really, really grateful and humbled.
Oh, exactly. And I really love what you just said, because sometimes it's important to always try your best. You're not always gonna be at the top of your game, but the important is that you always try to the best of your ability. For
Yes.
example, sometimes you might try something and you did not accomplish what you wanted to, for example, but at least you can tell yourself, I did the best that I could today. Like, this is the
Yeah.
best that I could provide. So, and I feel like everything that you have delivered so far, everyone is mind blown. Like, I've been looking for other vloggers and other people. What's like the general opinion and my perception of it, not just because I have you in front of me, but honestly speaking, is that you are a fan favorite at the moment. Do you
Oh,
feel
thank you
that
so
vibe?
much. Thank you. Thank you.
It's the truth. So honestly, do you feel that same vibe as well as of right now?
I'm really, really grateful. Well, I actually noticed that because, the overpouring love and support on Instagram, on social media accounts, and also on YouTube. Sometimes when I'm watching YouTube, I can see some of the vloggers I
Yeah.
watch, and I'm really, really grateful, and I really appreciate everything. Um, but still, since in the competition I don't let it affects me,
Yeah.
because I really have to focus
Yeah.
on the competition. But I'm really, really grateful.
That's a very nice thing to say. When you have so many people throwing you compliments and telling you how excellent you are, how beautiful, how capable you are, How do you manage the expectations of people? Yeah.
So whenever that happens, at the end of the day, I take my time. I'm sipping a wine or a
Mhm.
tea, just to wind up and just to realign myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm also a yogi. I practice yoga
Really?
regularly.
Oh,
Yes. So that with that philosophy, with that mindset. So at the end of the day, I take my time and then I am grateful for all the support, but I don't let the pressure and expectation comes in. So
I mean,
that's what I do. I it's like taking my time. It's like slowing down
yeah.
because when a lot of people are complimenting you, um sending you support, yes, I really really appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm really
of
really
course.
happy, but as a candidate right now, I should focus on the competition.
Mm.
I will give my very best because I understand and I've seen it to my friends, to my beauty queen friends. The pressure comes in, the expectation comes in, every word matters, and it affected her. So I
Exactly.
don't want that to happen to me. I filter, yes, I'm grateful, but there is a boundary.
At the same time, I feel like sometimes the danger in there for me as well is that when you have so many people saying nice things, sometimes it's easy to get comfortable. And you shouldn't
Mhm.
get comfortable because at the end of the day, it's still a competition. Everyone is trying to get a title, to get a crown. So when you see like all of that, so many compliments and so many positive things coming your way, use that as fuel to kind of like
Yes.
keep you going, but don't
Yes. And
settle.
yes. Really, yes. I use it as my fuel. And actually, when I saw your vlog, it's like I was watching YouTube and then I saw you. And then, okay, let's check this vlogger. Let's check Luis. And I'm really, really grateful for the kind words. And I hope all the vloggers, all the people on social media can share kind words because it really motivates us. It really fuels us to do our best.
Exactly. I believe that true fans are just trying to enjoy the competition. And it's not about who is better than who or who can do, more than others. It's all about just celebrating each one of you individually. Because if you made it to the competition, it's because you are amazing in your own very individual way. So, what is your ultimate goal during the competition? Do you have a title in particular that you would like to go for? Or are you open to the possibilities?
Well, I have really two crowns in mind.
Hmm?
Miss International and Miss Grand International. Actually, there's a story. I really want the Miss International from the very beginning. But
Yeah.
after the prelims, all are the people telling me the MJ, and it actually also me before I want it because before they said that if you want a crown, you should focus on one crown.
Yeah,
So I
that's true.
focus on Miss International crown. But after everything, okay, let's focus on two crowns. Miss International and Miss Grand International.
I mean, the possibilities are there and you have what it takes. So just do your best and whatever comes your way, go for it.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely. All right. So we were just talking about the all of the amount of love and compliments and positivity that you received. But have you received any hate comments or any pushback, any trolls? How do you deal with these people?
Oh well, yeah, I experienced that just recently. I know that I am not the fan favorite
Mhm.
last year. It's just they just came up
Yeah.
right now. And along with that are trolls,
Mhm.
are the bashers.
Mhm.
Sometimes I don't want to read it, but there were times that you know when I am tagged, I can see, I can select what I can read.
Yeah.
So what I do about it, like sometimes it affects me, but the lesson here is listen in one ear, then release it on the other side.
Ah. I love that. I love that. Everyone watching right now, take notes, okay? Because these are like real tricks.
It's not easy though. It's not easy. I know, of course, we're just human. We can be affected,
Of course.
but it takes practice. And I always have a strong support system. I really go back to them. If I read something, do I really look like this? Do I look? And then they will tell, no. Okay. My close friends didn't say that. And who are you to tell me that? Something like that.
Exactly. Exactly. And I always look at it because sometimes, for as long as you're in the public eye, for example, myself being on YouTube, sometimes I get hate comments and I'm just like, wow, the fact that you didn't like my video or you didn't like my content, but still took the time out of your day to go and comment. Sometimes I go and leave a like and say, oh, thank you for your time, whatever. So it's really a
Yeah.
matter of perspective and how you deal with it.
Yeah.
So I think we have
And
the
I
right
think we
approach.
just have to take it in a positive note, in a way that, oh, I have a basher because I'm getting famous, something like that. And that's something to be grateful for if you're
Yeah, of
getting famous,
course.
because you
It
have
means
a
that
platform,
your hard work is paying off.
platform. Yeah.
You seem to be a perfect candidate, but I believe that we always have something that we have to improve, something that we still have to
Yes.
work on. What is it for you? Something that still challenges you up until this day?
Well, it challenges me on, of course, the Q&A.
Uh-huh.
Q&A and the pasarela, that's the two factors that I really need to improve on.
Uh-huh.
I have my thoughts, I think my content, but I being a public figure, a public speaker, I have to say it in a coherent, concise manner. So
Yeah.
that's the thing that I am still practicing on,
Mhm.
to send my message across coherently.
So I don't know how you handle this normally, but I think it's important to find a way to manage your nerves on the spot. Because while everything is going on, right, on the competition, you only have like a few seconds. I've seen you walking during the swimsuit presentation and you did amazing. So I feel like even though you might feel like you still have to work on, by all means keep on doing that. But we see you, we know that you got it. And in the spirit of uplifting others, including your sisters from the competition, what is something that you admire that other candidates have this year?
The fact that we still here amidst the pandemic,
Yeah.
we are a woman of strength, of persistence and determination towards achieving our dreams. And that thing already, I'm very proud and admire all the 34 ladies in the competition, because I know some of the story, the struggles, the personal struggles
Mhm.
each of us experience, but still we are here. We are
Exactly.
pushing for our dreams. And I hope we, the 34 ladies, can serve as an inspiration to others as well, that no matter what happens, whatever challenges life throws at us, the external factors in our environment, we keep pushing.
Yeah.
We keep our strong heart, our strong mind, our strong spirit towards our dreams, because we believe in our dreams.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm just so glad to see how all of you have been so resilient in the face of
Yes,
adversity, because
exactly.
COVID has been a challenge for everyone, and
It
it
is
has
for
definitely been
everyone.
a challenge for the organization as well. But
Uh,
everyone worked hard, they kept being optimistic, finding ways to keep pushing, and look at us now, right? We're almost there, 2 weeks away from it.
yes.
All right. Now, I wanted to bring some visibility to your advocacy. One that I think that is so, so, so important, and that sometimes I have to pinch myself to kind of like realize that we are still having these issues in 2021. So, gender equality and female empowerment. How would you
Yes.
present your advocacy to someone with a closed mindset nowadays?
For the people who has closed mindset, all understanding, respect, and compassion
Mhm.
It's not from the mind, it's from the heart. And I hope you open your heart to others. We're not we're not imposing our beliefs,
Yeah.
but we're just asking that you open your heart and let's live a society where equality, gender inclusivity, and diversity exist.
Yeah.
Because in the perspective of a person, it's really hard to change that mindset of other people. But what I'm telling is open your heart and be understanding to others.
Empathize. Yeah.
Yeah, empathize with others. And here in the Philippines, legislators proposing the SOGI bill.
Mhm.
SOGI, Sexual Orientation, Gender Identity and Expression Bill. And it proposes to have an equal rights and opportunities for every gender. So I hope here in the Philippines we can pass it to laws, and also it aims to protect every individual, against hate crimes, against discrimination, against this harassment. And I hope that law will be passed here in the Philippines. And I hope across nations, because if we change as a country, I hope other country does it also, because we will change as one, as a whole country.
Exactly.
It's a
I
beautiful
feel,
world to live in.
of course, and everyone, regardless, just like you were saying, of social status, say, the sex,
Yes.
age, it just doesn't matter, honestly. We're all equals, we're all humans, we all bleed the same color, so it doesn't matter.
Yes.
And I just hope that, just like you were saying, that the Philippines can really um, bring focus to this issue and become a leader by example, because when you do this type of things, it doesn't only have an impact nationally, on an international level, they're watching as well to see what's going on. So I
Yes.
believe that's a big opportunity right there for the country, but also for, you know, other countries as well.
Yes. And actually that's what one pandemic lessons that we learned, that
Yeah.
we are all equal. That's really my lesson, my personal lesson, because I've seen it. If you're rich, or you're poor, you're gay, you're bisexual, you're straight, no
Yeah.
matter what your religion is, you can get COVID-19. And that's a reminder that we are all equal. And I hope that we can live, in that society where we see each and everyone is
Yeah.
equal as us.
Exactly. We should celebrate each other for the things that we have in common and not for the ones that set us apart. Because no one is the same. There's no like two people who are like exactly the same. So instead of focusing on those things, why not celebrate and uplift everyone equally, right? And
Yes.
I wanted to go back to what you were saying about having equal opportunities. And because I have this perception very often that when it comes to female empowerment, when it comes to equality, people always think, or, at least those who don't understand it, they think that
Yes.
we're trying to bring like female supremacy, or like bring down like men power, like male power, and give it to minorities. And it's really not about that. It's all
Yes.
about having equality, equal rights for everyone, equal opportunity, that regardless if you're a man, white, black, Asian, doesn't matter, Latino, you have the same opportunity as anyone, or,
Yes,
any gender,
exactly.
any sex. So I believe that it's so important. And when I saw you speaking about this, I was so, so glad, because it's a problem that, like you were saying, it happens in the Philippines, but it happens internationally as well. And
Yes.
with your perspective of taking this possible title, not only on a national level, but international, a lot of people will relate to that. So it has a
I really hope that I can use this platform to raise awareness and to influence other people about this matter, because we've been talking this for so many years. And it is one of the United Nations
yeah,
Sustainable Development Goals already, the gender equality and empowering women and girls. But still, there are still areas, and we're still practicing this discrimination, the gender-based violence, and the double standard is still here in our society.
They are. They
So
are.
I hope that I can have a bigger platform to share my advocacy that is really close to my heart, and to change our society, to change the world for a better world.
Oh, I love that. And I hope that us, the fans, and the people watching you and supporting you, we can also use our platforms um, to help you spread the word, to bring awareness, to amplify your voice, right? That's why for me, in the first place, I wanted to really come up with this segment, with this kind of like talk show on my channel, because I told myself this is a big, like I have a big audience. This is my a chance for me to bring these
Yes.
ladies individually and allow them to talk without a time restraint, right? And just express
Yeah.
themselves. So I
Yeah.
love that. What are some of the biggest consequences of inequality, in your opinion?
In my opinion, consequences, of course, the inequality of opportunities, because there are cases that when based on your soji or based on your gender, you can enter an establishment.
Yeah.
You can get a job,
Mhm.
and it's happening in the society, in the workplace. The double standard. I can
Yeah,
feel it. The double
exactly.
the double standard. If you're a guy, you can do it. But if you're a woman, you can do it. You can say words because we are boxed in a certain role or a certain perspective by the society.
Exactly. I love that you mentioned that because sometimes it goes much, um, it's much deeper than just, whether you are a man or a woman, but very often you have differences when it comes to compensation. So how you
Yeah.
are paid, there are the lack of opportunity sometimes. There is social conditioning of setting expectations of what you can do as a woman, what you can do as a man, what you're allowed to express, what you're not allowed to express. And even sometimes it goes as far in certain countries as the access to education. Sometimes
Yes, exactly.
women cannot go to school, or like girls don't have access to certain classes. So I feel like it's a big
Yes.
issue. I think that a challenge that I would like to put out there, maybe to for the men watching us right now, because a lot of guys watch my channel as well, is that think of it this way. I always, when people come with opinions that don't support women or feminism and this, I think of my mom, and I think of my grandmother, my aunt, people, women, powerful women around me that inspire me and that help me become the person that I am today. And how would I feel if someone discriminates them? How would I feel if someone denies them an opportunity just because they're a woman? Doesn't
Yes.
make sense. So it's
Yeah.
important to uplift these people and, continue the conversation that you are starting right now.
Yes. Yes. I
Really.
definitely agree. You know, as I said, it's really hard to inject an ideology or a perspective to other people. But just
Yeah.
when you open your mind and when you think like the women in your life
Mhm.
experiencing that double standard, discrimination, and harassment, what would you feel?
Yeah.
So I really hope that each of one has a moral obligation
Mm.
not to be the someone who think lesser
Yeah.
because of based on the gender. I hope we are the people who uplift each other.
Of course. That is the goal. That is the finish line. And we put so much expectation on women. Sometimes I think of it and it's crazy. Women are expected to have full-time jobs. They are
Yes.
expected to be mothers. They are expected
Yes.
to carry for the kids. They are expected to be housekeepers. They're expected to have like so many things on their shoulder. And I just
Yes.
tell myself, you know, there should be like a line. Where do we draw the
Aligned.
line?
Yes.
Exactly. So,
Because there's already a gender role
mhm,
that when we think of woman, she should be a housekeeper, she should be the mother of the house, but still she should have a career. You
Mhm.
know, there are gender roles, and we have to shift it, not only for the women but also for the men. Because
Mhm.
when we think of men, we think of them as the provider, but some men can't provide. So we also box them in certain gender roles, and I hope that stop also, because I know that there's also pressure, expectation to them. So I want to lift them from that expectations that men and women can do whatever they want to do.
You tell them, Meiji. I love that. In your opinion, and this is really, I know that there is no right or wrong answer for this, but in your opinion, what is the best way to slowly but surely shift the mindset of the society?
Through education.
Yeah, I agree.
So through, when in the workplace, we, and also in smallest barangay here, the smallest local governments barangay, in our city, in our community, we should have a gender development seminars
Mhm.
or
Wow.
programs. We should inform them, because I will never know everything if not through education. And I want that to share it to others as well. To amplify this voice, I need the public and the private sector
Mhm.
to conduct, and also the work in the workplace to conduct gender development, women's studies, for us to be informed.
Mhm.
Because when we are informed, we can make decisions to
Mhm.
ourselves. And through education, that's when I opened my eyes, because I also have traditional family here in the Philippines. um I admit that some Filipino family think, oh, you should find a good husband, you should be like that, you should have a family. And through education, I made a decision,
Mhm.
I made the choice. I can weigh things. And for me, if I want to be to make a family, if I want to bear child, it's my decision.
Of course.
It's my body. And that's through education. And I want that also for others to achieve. And that's through seminar and information campaign.
Exactly.
Education and information is the key.
I agree with you. When I was coming up with the questions, I always answer myself to the questions because I want to make sure that I'm not asking something irrational, right? And my answer was education as well. I feel like, um, and I like the fact that you mentioned the example of some family members because this is something very, very common. I'm sure that in everyone's family, there's at least one relative that thinks that way. And I'm sure that they don't mean um, it's not with bad intentions, right? They want to see you happy. They want to see you
Yes.
succeed in what's their perception of a successful
Yes.
life.
That's their perspective.
Exactly. So it's important that I feel that you give the option, to educate, even from when they're kids, right? When the girls are coming up, just let them know that if you wanna be like I don't know, like a stay-at-home wife, you can do it. But if you wanna be like the president, you can do it too. Like give them the
Yes.
option and allow them to go for whatever
Encourage
makes them happy.
them.
For someone who is experiencing or for someone who is being a victim of gender inequality as of right now, what will be the options in the Philippines, let's say in the current context? What can they do?
Here, of course, there's gender-based violence. So when they experience here, there's a law that protected women and children against violence and abuse. So they can go to, the police, or, take it in a legal way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
It's
But
important to
still,
voice your
yeah,
concern.
but still there's a lot of things that we need to cover on. That's why I really want for the soji bill to pass on, because there's still a lot of areas that we need to take care of, and that is the inequality based on soji, based on gender, you
Yeah,
know so I really hope that by laws we can protect them.
exactly. It's important to have it um, within the law, because that's how
Yes.
you really guarantee that the
Yes,
citizens will
the
get the job
protection and
done.
the rights of everyone. Because as I said earlier, that you can change each other's perspective. It's
Mhm.
that they believe, okay, do so. But when you cross the line, I want you to be penalized
Yeah,
because there's a law that protecting these individuals,
yeah,
and that's what I want to
of course. Oh,
happen.
I love that so much. And I think it's so important that we are bringing awareness to these issues, because when I come up with the interviews and the questions, I sometimes I know that the questions can be a little, general, or like there's no right or wrong answer, but I always try to think of the people watching the video, because they look up to you, to the beauty queens and the people that I invite. And I tell myself, like, they can learn from this experience. And even myself, this is a learning experience for me, having conversations with so many people that have so many capacities, so many, different paths in life. So I appreciate your perspective a lot. All
Thank
right,
you.
so let's go now from this very substantial, emotionally charged section into something a little more light. We're gonna take some fun questions that I asked from my audience, and they submitted a few questions for you. Okay?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so have you been able to bond with some of the girls during the competition?
Band, yes, yes. Actually, we have a very close group. So we eat, unwind with each other, talked about life aside, outside the pageantry. So yes, I have really have friends in the
Mm,
pageantry. And actually, that's the treasure, that's a gem that you get when you join the pageant, the sisterhood, the friendships
mhm.
that you take away after everything.
I love that. I love that. We love to see it as fans. Now, next question. If you were given the chance to represent the Philippines internationally, what is one thing you want everyone to know about Filipinos?
Well, Filipinos are loving and hospitable, and I think that's whole world. The whole world already knows that. Here in the Philippines, when we have a visitor, we give the best bed sheets, we
Mm.
give the best, all the best. So I want to be the representative of that character, of that values that we are wherever we are in the whole world. We bring it in our hearts. We are hospitable. We are very welcoming.
And I know how true that is. So I know that that is 100% a fact. Next question and last one from the fun questions. What is it that you admire the most from other Binibining Pilipinas candidates from this year, or from any previous editions?
Well, their strength, really, their strength and their resilience and their perseverance. I really, really admire them. It reminds me to push towards my dreams because, as I mentioned, we have our personal struggles. Some lost their jobs. Some struggled, financially and also emotionally, mentally.
Yeah.
But still, we are here. That's the thing that reminds me of to push to continue for your dreams.
Yeah, I love that. Sometimes, as being part of the audience, even myself, sometimes we see what we are presented, like the videos and, the photo shoots and all of that, and we forget the human being behind all of it and the
Yeah,
struggles, the hard work that it took to get there.
we're
So,
still
yeah,
human.
I love that. Now, the very last segment of the interview, and it's something that I came up with, just a little fun segment, because we always throw you like, complicated questions, and we expect so much from you, and we want you to, give us substance. But I came up with a segment that is called Irrelevant Questions.
Okay.
So you have to answer without thinking too much, just whatever comes to your mind. And
Okay.
if you want, you can justify the answer. If you don't, you can just leave it at that and we call it a day. All right.
Okay.
So the first question says, a big family or a big career?
Big career for me.
Okay. Good. What is something about you that very few people know?
Something about me that few people know is that I'm really funny. I'm
Mhm.
really funny, and I take things as it is. I'm really funny. I take most of the things as a joke.
Ah,
When you talk
cartera,
to
huh?
me, when you talk to me and we are together, I
Yeah,
see something, or we're talking about something. I really take it as a funny story. That's
yeah.
that's you know.
We love that. Funny and easygoing. Everyone's best friend. What are you listening to right now?
Music.
Mhm.
Well, it really depends on my mood, but I have playlists in my Spotify. I have the Get Psych. The
Ah,
Get Psych, actually, the 80s,
love
90s song.
it. Love
You
it.
know, um, I
I'm wearing
also
my
have,
Madonna t-shirt today. So
oh
where
yeah,
is it?
Madonna. Yes, we love Madonna here in the Philippines. I also have my comfort zone playlist that's a slow down, that's classic songs. So it really depends. But usually every morning I listen to praise songs. I listen to worship songs, and that's when I aligned. I'm grounded and have my faith in me.
I love that. I love that. Very nice. Very last question, and a very, very important one. I am aware of the existence of a trio called the Cafe Trio, which is
Oh yeah, the Pinky Cafe. Yeah.
made out of you, Yasmin, and Alex. And I am
Yeah.
officially applying to
Oh
become a
yeah,
member.
let's cheers to that.
Cheers. Mm.
Yeah,
We
the
love
Pinky
coffee on
Cafe
this
or the
channel.
Cafe Trio. Yeah.
All right, my friends. So that's pretty much it for the questions. Now, the very last part of this is just for me to now give you a few seconds for you to think of this as people watching you right now. What is something that you would like to tell the audience, and what do you want them to remember from you ultimately?
Well, first of all, I'm really, really grateful for the love and support that you're showing me in this competition. I hope I am a woman of inspiration to all of you, that you have to keep pushing for your dreams and believe in the beauty in that. And no matter what happens, I know that I will do my very best. I work hard for it. And this fight and this competition is not only for me. This is for my family and friends. And this is for all the people who believes in me.
Yeah.
And for that, I'm very, very grateful. I am grounded. I am humbled for the love and support. And please continue to support me in the 2 weeks of the competition. There are a lot of things that you have to watch out for. I have something to make pasabog, here
Ah,
in Tagalog, it's pasabog. There's a lot of things. Um, Please pray for me, and please pray for all the girls. As I mentioned, we are already winners because of our resilience, because of our determination. Please support us all the way, and thank you very much.
oh, well, on a personal level, I would like to tell you that it's been such a pleasure to have this conversation with you, because I believe that not only you are a beautiful, beautiful woman, but also you have a um very strong core values. And that really is like the main thing for me. And I love what you're doing, not only during the competition, but also what you're doing with your platform. And I just hope, I pray that you're able to go as far as you want to go, and that you're able to really reach as many people as you want to reach. So we'll be watching for you, we'll be rooting for you. And you're now an official member, like you're part of the family. So you're welcome here anytime. Okay.
Thank you so much, Luis. Thank you for having me.
Oh, well, thank you for accepting the invitation, and we hope to see you very soon.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe and well.